a parent just give their 3-year-old or their 4-year-old a phone to distract themselves.
Yeah.
So many parents are, giving children phones to play games, which is unsupervised. We think what we got from the book is we think that the physical world is the most dangerous, but yet the online world is actually the most dangerous world to a child. He was so addicted to mobile phones and TVs, cartoons. And once you confiscate these items from him, he starts getting so aggressive. He starts crying or things like that. And I wondered, it's like when you're giving a child cocaine, it's like when you're giving an adult cocaine and you withdraw from them, they start getting withdrawal symptoms. Men are not approaching them.
Yeah.
Men are flooded in dating apps, and that's also another thing, the addiction with gadgets. Men are now going to pornographic sites. These are now their favorites three. The favorite three are pornographic sites, dating apps, and video games.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys, to the bar where we raise the conversation standard one episode at a time. I'm your host, Bella Seca, and this is my lovely guest. She will
Talia
introduce
Dora.
herself. Yeah, go.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
As she mentioned, my name is Talia Dora,
Yeah.
and we've been friends for 20 years.
yes,
Yeah, so now we are kind of soulmates.
yeah.
And we've been journeying
Kinda.
together. Okay, we are soulmates.
Yeah.
We've been journeying together in
Yes.
so many things.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm happy you've brought me here to have our discussions.
Karibu sana
Thank you.
on my podcast. Yay. So Taledora is my friend of over 20 years. She happens to be the godmother of my children. We've journeyed together through business, career, school, kids, all of it, name it. And today's topic, we want to discuss about intentional parenting versus passive parenting. And we are featuring the book by Jonathan Haidt, The Anxious Generation. We decided to come on board with this topic because of just being tired of doing things on autopilot as young parents and just not repeating the same patterns we saw with our parents. We hope we can encourage somebody or make an impact in somebody's life in one way or the other. So we're gonna dive in. So Talia, what did you feel about this book? What did it mean to you?
Wow, that's a that's a good question. I remember when you came to me with this book.
Yes.
And we were thinking like, how are we going to raise our kids
Yeah.
in this environment of social media and them
Yes.
having access to phone and screens? And we were wondering, are they supposed to actually watch these things, be
Yeah.
engaged?
Yeah.
And after reading this book, guys, they should not.
Yeah.
So one of the key concepts that Dr. Jonathan was bringing out was play-based childhood
Yeah.
versus phone-based childhood.
Yeah.
And the play-based childhood was
Yeah.
basically kids need to be outside.
Yeah.
And they need to be outside for them to experience the world.
Yeah.
Because number one, when a kid is outside, what happens? They fall.
Yes.
They climb trees, and when they climb a tree, they can fall, and they'll climb a tree again,
Yeah.
and they fall.
Yeah.
And there's a time a child will climb a tree, and they will be able to remain there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which brings about the aspect of risk.
Yeah.
And they also learn to be more courageous. They
Yes.
become more motivated.
Yeah.
And also, when they're outside, they make friends, they make enemies, they know
Yeah.
how to collaborate with each other,
Yeah.
which is very important for them.
Yeah.
And that's how they learn to survive in the real world. So to some extent, being outside
Yeah.
is like an internship
Yeah.
for the real world.
Yes.
But now as parents, we are depriving them of this.
Yeah.
And now they're having access to phones.
Yes.
The time that they should be playing. And what exactly does a phone bring?
Yeah.
I think after reading this book, I realized
Yeah.
the advantages of having a phone to a child are actually none.
Yeah.
Because they have access to pornography
Yeah.
or other adult content. They can
Yes.
even have access to the dark web. And we
Yes.
actually don't know what the dark web has.
Yeah.
So after reading the book, I got a better understanding of this. And also relating the aspect of mental health.
Yes.
The fact that people are more on phones, they do not have a time to socialize outside, meaning they become more depressed.
Yeah.
So the book, I loved that you suggested it.
Yeah.
It's really helping me to be a better godmother.
Yeah. Good. I point to note is that we're in the same book club. So we started a book club on parenting, where we are discussing this book. And for me, the book had a profound effect because like I said, I was tired and overwhelmed of doing the same things, and I was not getting any result out of it. Of course, parenting 3 kids is not a joke. I needed to understand how I'm gonna raise visionaries, leaders of the futures, good partners, great leaders, from a basis of kids who can make conscious choices, have clear values, kids who know how to structure their time, kids who will be of a value to wherever field they will be. So for me, what I got from the book was that play is the work of kids. Just as adults go to work, children also need play. So it's like their work, and one thing, I don't know if you've seen a scenario where you go for like a family event, and maybe you're overwhelmed with the event, and now a parent just give their 3-year-old or their 4-year-old a phone to distract themselves. So many parents are giving children phones to play games, which is unsupervised. We think what we got from the book is, we think that the physical world is the most dangerous, but yet the online world is actually the most dangerous world to a child. So what I gathered was like what I see in my son, who is now 10. He was so addicted to mobile phones and TVs, cartoons. And once you confiscate these items from him, he starts getting so aggressive. He starts crying or things like that. And I wondered, it's like when you're giving a child cocaine, it's like when you're giving an adult cocaine and you withdraw from them, they start getting withdrawal symptoms. So I had to figure out a solution on how we are going to manage that. So the emotional regulation aspect of it, the mental aspect of it, what can be replaced with these gadgets. So one of the things that I got were the cons of a phone-based childhood was, of course, sleep deprivation, because when they're on gadgets too long, they take long to go to sleep. They even lack sleep, which affects them in their school. There's the attention fragmentation. For example, you're calling a child like, miles all the time, but they're not listening because they're so, they're so engrossed in what they're watching and things like that. Then there's the social deprivation. He became so withdrawn socially from friends. And then at some point I was just like, maybe he's an introvert, but he's not an introvert. It's just that you've given them this kaka gadget, which is their cocaine, which they prefer to human interaction. And then the last one is addiction. So many kids and even adults are addicted to the online, to phones, you can even see like in adult interactions, like when you're seated with a stranger, somebody prefers to be on their phone than talk to an adult across them. This was not a problem 20 years or 15 years ago. But now people are so engrossed, even in the lift, everybody is just laughing at what they're seeing. So human touch has been lost a lot. And if that can happen to an adult, you can imagine what that can do to a kid who does not even know any repercussions that come from that. So the book was such an eye-opener. The way that young girls as low as 12, 13 years are socially comparing themselves to celebrities, which is affecting them so much. They're getting depressed, they're self-harming. You're getting young girls cutting themselves out,
pulling their hairs.
Yeah, they're pulling their hairs. There's a lot of anxiety in girls, because of the social comparison. Another problem was with boys. Already we have the epidemic of the fact that boys are, purposeless. First of all, we have absentee fathers. That's a whole epidemic. Then to add on top of that, you add the gadgets, and now boys are becoming suicidal. They're forming communities in groups like Reddit and discussing such things. So when you use that and also add on top of it video games, like men are even small boys, men, they even they cannot get up to go and even wash themselves, have a bath, just because they're so engrossed in video games. So you can compare that now with giving that to a small boy. So they're becoming suicidal, they're becoming depressed. These are things that I've observed in grown men, and I've also observed in little boys. Their aggressiveness, they're being unruly to their parents, So it's a book that I'd encourage each and every parent to go through. And even schools, like, it's been such an eye-opener. Yeah, I think that's what I got from the book. I don't know if you have any additional points.
The way you've mentioned, like, as you were speaking, I've remembered the aspect of unsupervised play.
Yes.
It's not just about letting your kid go outside and you also joining them or telling the nanny to join them.
Yes.
It's about you letting the kid experience the world themselves.
Yes.
Otherwise, you'll be too dependent on you, and you need to have kids who are very independent to survive in the real world.
Yeah.
So, and also for boys, for them it's easier to escape to the virtual world rather than deal with the real world. And we also have to think about how we're going to raise our boys and not confine them to how we raise our girls. Because girls appreciate more structure and they will listen. But for men, or rather for boys, they need to go outside, have that rough play, and that's how they develop. So we can't also expect to raise our girls the same way as we raise our boys.
No one actually, that brings me to another point. I saw in the book Jonathan saying that it's affected even grown men, such that when boys used to experience risky play as kids, it helped them during their dating phase. Remember, like, during their dating phase, like, a man would come and approach you and, like, take the risk and come and but nowadays there's so many women who are saying that men are not approaching them. Men are flooded in dating apps, and that's also another thing, the addiction with gadgets. Men are now going to pornographic sites. These are now their favorites three. The favorite three are pornographic sites, dating apps, and video games. So this man does not even have the depth, in relationships, and I think encouraging boys with this risky play will help them even in the dating world. Because even like you, let's say like me and you, can you count on top of your fingers the number of men who have approached you physically?
I can count, but like
it
won't reach 10.
And I think also
5.
This generation of gadgets has also brought about this ghosting. You'd never see ghosting with a man who approaches you, took the risk to approach you physically, would not ghost you. I don't think it was a thing when our moms were being courted, But now because of gadgets and everything, now it's as easy as, if I don't feel like talking to you, I'll just ghost you.
I just won't text this human being.
Yes. Which is, which has really, So I think those are the few things I got from the book. The book is so wide, guys, and I'd encourage us to just form book clubs and read on this. And if you just know what you don't know what to do about parenting and even the emotional regulation, which most men are so pathetic at, and even women, I think this book really can help a lot. So I'm gonna dive in on the question segment, just to see some of the things we got from the book. Yeah. So the first question was, how does passive parenting show up when it comes to digital use? Yeah.
I think you gave a great example.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe let's define what passive parenting is, what intentional parenting is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Intentional parenting is parenting with purpose.
Yes.
And being responsive, not being reactive.
Yes.
Being and proactive. Also, proactive. Yes. Whereas passive, it's more about being reactive and to some extent trying to keep the peace.
Yes.
Letting your kid do whatever. You have to be really intentional. Is about being really engaged at every step.
Yes. Of your kid's life.
Yeah.
I think the same definition for me, intentional parenting is parenting from a basis of awareness. Yeah. So like you're having clarity of values, of values you want to inculcate in your kids. It's about the conscious choices that you want your kids to have. And I think even more right now when I talk to my daughter and my son, I'm like, one thing I emphasize is choices have consequences. So everything that they do, and this is something I didn't have in my 20s. I'd just let people be permissive with how they're treating me. Like I'd not inculcate consequences to people's behaviors. But now, coming from a point of intentionality, I even tell my kids, since you've made that choice, it has a consequence. So everything they know, whether positive or negative, it has a
consequence.
So it's about conscious choices. It's about emotional regulation. That is something we were not taught growing up. You just felt like you're feeling things, but you're wondering, okay. And you could name just a few emotions. I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm angry, you could not name other, like in fact, anxious has become a popular word recently. Like when you are anxious as a kid, you wouldn't express like you are anxious. You'd maybe say you are bored, or you're just sad, you just want to be alone, So I think it's very important in intentional parenting, the emotional regulation aspect of it.
Yeah.
For passive parenting, which is what I used to do, I think being a new parent was parenting on autopilot. So you know that if a kid misbehaves, you chapa them, you beat them. You know that you're the parent, they are the kid, they have no say. Children are here to be seen, not to be heard. Part of parenting, it was escaping, like disciplinary measures. Like you just don't want to be involved in parenting. So you give them the phone. You just give them the phone to distract themselves or let them have screen time. So it's parenting from a point of unawareness. Yeah. So leading us back to the question, how does passive parenting show up when it comes to digital use? I think we've kind of answered it.
Yeah. And maybe I can just say, like, you see, when you're saying when you were 20s, we also didn't have access to like books or podcast or channels. So we were just doing with whatever, like just doing it off head. But I think now the difference is that we are very lucky. We have access to information and that's why we are trying to do better.
I think that's the most important. The fact that we're doing things from a point of knowledge. And I also just wisdom from people who have done it, like when people come up with podcasts, I think well-researched podcasts, especially, getting the knowledge from them, knowledge and wisdom from them. So parenting comes in when you're just letting gadgets raise your children.
And I think also, like, you see now for the parents I think also, as Dr. Jonathan was speaking, people didn't really think it has an effect.
Yeah.
I think that's what everyone is doing. So you're not asking yourself, how will this impact my child?
Yeah.
So I think now that we are growing, it's important for also hopefully other parents to also be engaged, to understand that letting your child sit on the screen and watch a show, even like the best show, maybe like Bluey even, which Bluey is an amazing show and I love it.
True.
For like 6 hours. That one, it can't work. Even you as an adult, watching series from morning till night,
evening,
even the best, even the most educational, it cannot work. You have to find a way to read books, even to go outside,
just
enjoy the
structure your
sunlight.
time. Just structure your time. I've noticed when you structure your time, like everything just falls into place. You know, you won't have time for that TikTok for 3 hours, that IG for 2 hours, you know, that series for 6 hours. Another question was what patterns from your own upbringing are you consciously trying to change? Well,
I'd love to hear you first.
Correction. Hey. What patterns from your own upbringing? I think the not being present. I think one of the things, I love my parents so much. I think they did the best with what they had, but I felt there was which now is one of my top most values, presence. I think there was the physical presence from the parents, both were home, but they were not home. You get what I mean? The emotional presence aspect was not there. They were just living each day, like, just finishing the day, going to the next, finishing the day. So that not being emotionally present for my kids, I think is something that I am really working towards changing that. So it looks like my son wants to have a talk, I just sit down and listen. I think it's more of listening to what it is they're telling me. Previously, I'd be so engrossed on the phone, you know, to listen or things like that, or just let them, you know, solve it by themselves. But now I'm so much present, you know, and we both reach a solution. I let it mostly come from him, but I've listened and I try to both of us to arrive at a solution.
Wow.
So it's the emotional presence for me. That's a pattern I know. What
I think
about you?
for me it's the unsupervised
Play.
Because growing up I was sheltered, and sometimes I can, even to my friends, I can come off a bit sensitive. Because because I think I know how to resolve conflicts, but I do run away from conflict sometimes. So also for my kids and for my god kids, I'm hoping that I'll let them be. I think you also do help me a lot with this. You tell me like, Talia, don't helicopter this stage, that just
she's such a helicopter godmother. Like she's such a
So it's about like letting them be, make their mistakes, and hopefully when they make their mistakes, allowing them to come back. And giving them space to resolve it too.
I think that's a good point. So I think this one's, what's one change you commit to making after this discussion? I think for me, I and I even said in the book club was, so like I've spent my whole day doing my gigs, my work. I've committed that when I enter that door, I'm leaving my phone on that door. I'm being present, because you know you've spent like 12 hours outside, and when you come in, you still want to be in your phone, you still want to watch her. So that period, that 2 or 3 hours before they go to bed, I am committed to, which is something I'm already doing, just be present for them during that time. So that's the time we'll do homework together. You know, that's the time we'll have we'll ask each other what was the best part of your day, what was the worst part of your day, you know, what happened in school. I get to know about their day. I'm so engrossed in knowing about what my kids have done. You know, after they've eaten and taken a bath, we go to bed together, we do our spiritual activities in bed, our gratitude, our prayers. Yes. So one thing I've committed is once I enter the door until the time they sleep, to be present during that time. Yeah. Then maybe after now I can use my phone so that I don't miss out on that. Yeah. And even when they wake up, like, and they're going to school, I have to come in just as they prepare, talk to them, wish them a good day, because I won't be with them during the day. Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Not to toot my horn, but it's rare for me to use the phone when I'm with my god kids. Yeah, but definitely working on letting them be. Yeah, and just not letting them be. And also from a personal level, like I've noticed I've developed this habit of using the phone before I sleep.
Yeah.
So I think I need to stop because, you know, they model us. I might think that while I'm with them, like I'm not using my phone, but I can be seated like on the room and maybe one of them is at the dining, but they see me using my phone. It's those two small habits that I want to change. Because also even when I'm with my friends, I don't want to be using my phone when I'm with my friends.
Ooh, did anything challenge your current parenting style from the book?
Yeah, definitely. Especially that aspect of the helicopter thing. Yeah, that really challenged me. And also just reading this as to the type of auntie. Because, you know, like there's so many kids that you meet that I need to be. I want to be that auntie when I'm at a social event. I interact with my nieces. I don't know if I can tell my, you know, another person, don't give that child the phone. I definitely cannot, but I can try my best to like mention this book and play with that kid. And also like allow that kid, okay, where I stay is a safe environment for kids. So that's also something I've been purposeful about. Because I want my friend, if they are bringing their kids, for the children to enjoy that unsupervised play.
Okay. For me, it's just being present emotionally. I think that's my biggest hurdle, the emotional aspect. Thank God I've done group therapy and individual therapy to work on that. I guess that's it, guys. Please just buy the book, The Anxious Generation. We'll also recommend The Conscious Parent and Emotional Intelligence, both books. Shout out to Jonathan Haidt. This book will, I think, change a lot for this generation. And I also just want to say thank you to our book club, the Gappers, the Gen Alpha Parents. We see you next time for another episode of The Bar.